Hello, friends. Welcome back to my creative corner. I hope you guys are doing good. I'm hanging in there. I'm pretty tired. I've had a rough week and I'm up really early. For me, that is. I'm usually not up this early. So I might be a little out of it today, but I do have some extra time before work because I'm getting up so early. So I thought today we would continue on with our daisy chains since we're having so much fun doing those. Get some coffee in me. Now, so let's see what's going on in my life. Nothing besides being exhausted. And I did get a book yesterday. I ordered this used online. It's actually an old library book. So that was kind of interesting. I didn't know it was from a library, but it's okay. It's a little banged up, but it was only $3. And it's by that same author that I have gotten before. And there's a whole bunch of, let's see if I can show you here, different applique and loom patterns in here. So this should be a fun little book to dig through. I'm excited to get into this. So that'll be a nice little something fun to do. I kind of watched my video yesterday with the whole new recording system and didn't really like how it turned out because the screen, I didn't have it tilted the right way and it was like vertical and you couldn't really see a lot of the detail. Luckily, it was an easy pattern. I'm not going to redo the video. So if you have anything that you may have missed or couldn't see, just let me know. But we're going to try something different today. I'm going to try and actually film it the way I'm filming right now instead of switching the camera around. We'll see how that goes. Can't make any promises on that one. Besides that, not a lot going on. Just kind of really just want to sleep. And to be honest, I just want to sleep. But that's okay. I'll survive. I've been through worse, right? I've been through way worse. So today we're going to work on the daisy chain circle bars. And they're pretty much just like all the others, only different patterns, different colors of beads create different patterns, basically. And it's going to look like a little daisy with a little bar, with a little daisy with a little bar. And they're really cool. This is one of my favorites with the daisy chains. I really like this one. And so I thought that we could dig into that. I need to get my stuff out. This is how tired I am. I'm not even ready for this or prepared. But it's okay. It is what it is. I need to take my needle off my thread here. I hope you are doing well, though. I am hanging in there. Ready for this month to be over. This month has kind of been a little rough on me, not gonna lie. It's been a piece of work. So I'm getting my colors and things ready here so we know what we need. So for this one, it's the same as the last few have been. I'm using the Wildfire thread for that. So you're going to want to use the Wildfire. This is a 0.008, 0.20 millimeter. And a beading needle, a size 11 beading needle, some kind of scissors, some beeswax, and beads. And I'm using size 11 beads. And I'm using, in those colors, so I'm using the yellow for the center. That's the opaque yellow for the center. I'm using a opaque royal blue. And I'm also using a turquoise, opaque turquoise. And those are the colors I'm using. I would highly recommend 3 colors. And that way you get your pattern coming through on that. So that's pretty much all you're going to need for supplies. I will get the camera situated so we can start working. So be right back. All right, so we're going to get our Wildfire and our beeswax, our little scissors out here. And we're going to thread things up. Now, if you're going to do a necklace, you're going to want to do a longer thread. I would recommend a wingspan from one hand to the other. Spread your wings wide and a little extra. This one takes a lot of thread because it's just a little extra, not too much. But I'm just going to do a little tiny bit here because I'm just going to show you. I have one I'm already working on, and this is just going to be a explanatory piece here. Maybe if I can cut my thread. There we go. So we're going to get our thread. Wrap this back up real quick. And we'll wax it up here real fast. I just do a quick little coating just to kind of add a little bit of extra strength to it and make it easier to go through those beads. And we'll thread up here. I don't know if I can do this on screen or not. There we go. Like that. Okay, now what we're going to want to do, I'm going to set up my beads here real quick. And you want to pick your main color for your petals, and then have a color for your bar, and then have a color for the inside of the daisy, like the pollen or the center or whatever you want to call it. Like that. There we go. And I'm just going to see if I might be able to zoom in a little bit. Let me try. See if that'll work. I don't know if it'll keep focus, but we will give it a shot. Give it a shot and find out. Okay, so starting with the circle bar, it's basically what you want to do is you want to string 6 of your petal beads. So you're going to want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of your petal beads. And just bring those on down. Like so. And then you're going to want to tie that into a circle. Leave enough room for your clasp. I'm not leaving much space because this is just a example piece. So I already have one that I've been working on here. So this is just for you guys here. So I don't have a long tail. Make sure you leave a long enough tail to where you're going to be able to put on, that's kind of geeking out, isn't it? It's where you're going to be able to put on your findings, any kind of clasp or findings that you want to put on there. So we have our 6 here that we made into a circle. Okay, it's like that. Actually, I'm going to try and go back to that. I'm sorry, it's focusing in and out like that, but because it's trying to focus in on those beads there. So now we want to add a center. So we need to add a center to our daisy here. So we want to pick up one yellow bead or orange or whatever you picked for your center. I like to hold this kind of in the opposite direction, kind of like that, so I know where I'm going. You want to take your needle and you want to count 1, 2, 3 over and go into that 3rd bead, just like so, and pull through. And that's going to give you your little daisy there. Now, we need to add our bar, and it kind of changes up a little bit now because we've got, that was just our base or our first daisy there. So now we're going to start adding in the colors to make it look, bring that base color in. So you want to add one color of whatever your base is, mine, or your line is. Mine is the dark blue. And then you want to add 2 of your petal beads, which is the turquoise for me. And then you want to add 1 more of the bar beads, like that. Now you see where your thread's coming out of there, right here. What you want to do is you want to go underneath that one bead, go up under through the bead underneath where your thread's coming out of. Just like that. And then pull through. We're going to have something a little, whoops, looks like we're coming undone here or something. There we go. You're going to pull through, and then you're going to have something that looks like that. Okay? And now we need to add a dark blue bead or a bar bead because we need to fill in this bar here with these 2. Now counting over, see, these are the 4 beads that we strung here. 2, 3, 4. The dark blue, the 2 turquoise, and the dark blue. We want to go into that second bead. So you want to go into this bead right here. And you want to make sure that your needle is above the thread. And then pull through. Try not to get tangled up like I am. And kind of adjust it, knot it a little. Not knot it, but tug it a little. You see, there's our bar coming in. Now we have our first bar, and now we need to make another flower. So we're going to add 4 petal beads. 1, 2, 3, and 4 of our petal beads here. And we want to put those, remember when our thread was coming out, we go into the bead underneath that, go under and through into the bead underneath where our thread's coming through, and pull through like that. And then we want to add a center bead for the petal or the flower. So we want to do a pollen bead, which mine's going to be yellow. And remember, these are the 4 we strung. 1, 2, 3, 4. We want to go through that second bead. And I like to go behind my thread when I add my pollen. That's just, I don't know why. So I go in front of the thread when I add my petals and my bars, and then I go underneath the thread when I add the center. Maybe. Gotta kind of adjust it a little. There we go. We're getting our pattern coming in now. I'm gonna move these beads. I know that focusing is driving me nuts too, guys. I'm sorry. I will eventually get us some better visuals going on here. I'm gonna move these beads out of the way though, because I think that's contributing. Might not be. Might be my imagination. Just gonna kind of move those a little bit up out of the way. There we go. Try not to confuse the lens too much. It's still doing it. Whatever. We'll figure this out, won't we? All right, so now we need to add another bar here. So what we want to do, so you want to add 1 dark blue bead or bar bead. So that's 2. 2 of the petal beads, the turquoise, and another dark blue or bar bead, just like that. And then we go into the one underneath. See the threads coming out here. And we want to go into this bead underneath, from underneath. So up underneath and through. Make sure our needle's above our thread there. And pull through. Just like that. And now we need to add another bar bead because it's kind of hollow there. So we'll add another bar bead. And there's the 4 that we just put on, and we want to go 1, 2 over and through that, and I keep my needle underneath when I add the center bead underneath the thread. And pull it through. It's like that. There we go. And then we want to add 4 of our petal beads. Oops, I hit the, I want to go back in. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4 petal beads, and we want to stick it underneath the second bead here. Just like that. Bring it through. Go, and then we add a pollen, and that's all this is. It's just going back and forth. Go 1, 2 over from the 2 that 4 we put on. Go. I like to kind of give my thread a little up and down pull after I do that. Here we go, just like that. And that's what we got so far. Pretty adorable, pretty cute. I love that, the bar one, the circle bar. It's one of my favorites. And I'm going to let you guys continue working on that, and then we will jump back in and add our findings, and then we'll have a nice pretty necklace or a bracelet, whichever you want to make, and we will finish it up. Okay, so I got mine all finished. You should probably have yours done by now, but this is what it looks like here. It's a nice little choker. I went with a choker on this because they look really cool as chokers. And now we're going to add our clasp. So I gotta take this apart here. Maybe. There we go. Got our 2 little pieces there. Move my stuff over a little. Now, on my end here, it'll focus. Let me go in a little. There we go. It's coming out on the bottom here of this petal. And I want it to be coming out of the bottom, this bead here. So I have to bring my thread around and through so it lines up correctly to add the clasp. So give me 1 second, gotta get through here maybe. I got a little knot in my thread somehow, and it's kind of making it difficult. So basically I'm just bringing this around to where it's gonna come through proper to line up for that clasp. There we go, like that. And that's where I want my clasp to attach, because I want it to be centered. I don't want it to be flopping up here or down here or something. So now what we want to do is I'm going to pick up, I think I'm going to use the dark blue just to kind of keep with the pattern. So I'm going to pick up two dark blue beads, pick up my clasp, and then two more dark blue beads. Now you can do whatever color you want. So you want it to look like that. And then bring that down. Like so. And then we have this. So what we want to do is we just want to bring our thread back through these beads here. It'll kind of align itself up. And then you're going to have that right there. I'm just going to bring it through a few beads. I'm going to back up here, a little too close. There we go. Bring it through some beads here. Just to kind of make it line up nice. I don't know how I got a knot in my thread. It's just, ugh. Seriously though. And sometimes it can be kind of hard to pull through. I have to get a little extra oomph behind mine when I do it. I'm just taking it through some beads. Reinforce it a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to go, I believe I'm going to go down through here like this. And make sure you're lining up your thread nice so the thread isn't very visible with the other pattern. There we go. I'm going to start tying here. So that's about where I want to be. And I'm just going to come through and tie a knot. Just like that. Make it nice and tight. And I'm going to do that again just to reinforce it. I got underneath that one somehow. We need to come down under that one. There we go. And tie. Pull it tight. And I'm going to trim it. I'm going to leave a little, just a little tiny bit there. Like that. And then I'm going to go on to my other side, take my needle off this remainder thread here, this leftover. Oh, of course I go the direction with the knot. I was like, no, I got a knot on there. I don't know how I did it. And then, I don't know if I can get through there. There we go. We'll thread that up. And then we want to add, let's see, let's make sure we're in the right spot. Hang on, I got an eyeball on it here. Kind of looks like it. I'm going to come up through this one. And just make sure you're aligned proper with your two petals on the end here. It's kind of centered. Then we want to add two dark beads, or whatever color beads. I'm doing two dark blue. I'm going to make sure I don't have a gap. Sometimes these things have a gap up here. And it looks like this one's okay. So I'm going to add that one. And then I'm going to add two more blue beads. And we're going to do the same thing. And you can do this with a bracelet or a necklace or whatever. If you do a bracelet, you might want to choose an easier clasp to clasp. Something that will be easier for you to clasp one-handed. See, that'll tighten it up and line it up nice. And go through a few just to kind of reinforce that. And then I'm going to tie my knot here. And again, that. Go take our needle off. A little tug. Give it a little snip. Like that. And now, a special little trick with make sure it's Wildfire. Can't do it with any other. But if you're using Wildfire like this one, the great thing about it is it'll seal itself. So all you need is a lighter. If you're underage, have your parents help you. Don't do it on your own, or just don't do it. What you want to do is you take your lighter, and this will seal the knot right up. And it seals it right up for you, and it's really awesome. That's what I love about Wildfire. It kind of glues it shut for you. Just like that. And there is our circle bar. Mine's a choker, so my circle bar choker necklace. Right there. Isn't that pretty? So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm sorry if it's kind of sketchy and not as good as normal, but you know, I'm doing my best right now. Eventually I'll be able to invest in a better camera and such, but right now this is about as good as it's going to get. So just bear with me until then. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you were able to make yourself a nice circle bar necklace or bracelet or whatever. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments. Feel free to comment also. And please like and subscribe. I'm happy you guys came to watch my video today, and you take care. Thank you.